вікні свіча, миготіла кривді за плеча, тріпотіла до правди, летіла. Там, де рідний край, де Україну голоду нагай, шмагав до згину не день, не годину. Вогником свіча повівала мати дитинча, сповивала пісні, гомоніла про гірку біду, недолю голу, про чужу орду, криваво чолу подай скам'яніла. На вікні свіча догасала мати дитинча, колисала не в колисці, ні, не в колисці, але у труні. Мертві у ровах, їх мільйони у німих церквах, стогнуть дзвони, хто ж то Україні, Боже, нині допоможе.
We are very honored to have two Holodomor survivors with us this afternoon. They are not only the victims of this terror, as the Holodomor has had a great impact on their families.
Their children and grandchildren have been defined by their history, even though they did not personally live through the tragedy. We would like to ask Ms. Bohdana Schturyn, granddaughter of Holodomor survivor Mr. Stefan Horlatsch, to speak.
In the midst of our glittering city, just a few minutes away from the hipster eateries of Queen West and the tantalizing aromas from the insistent food hawkers of the CNE, there she will stand, the Toronto Memorial for the Holodomor, a sad little girl who valiantly clutches onto the hope that someone somewhere will notice her gnawing need, dreaming of just one decent meal. Slava Isusu Christu. My name is Bohdana Schturyn, and my grandfather is a Holodomor survivor. When I imagine this monument, this little girl, let's call her Nadika, Hope, I think of my grandfather's sisters who fought to survive through the bitter winter of 1932 to 1933, not understanding how such angry men who, having taken from them their beloved father, now search and search relentlessly for scraps of food in cupboards, in floors, in walls, who fill their young hearts with such helpless terror. I think of my grandfather, an 11-year-old boy, forced to take on the role of a man and take care of these little girls, at a time in his life when his own need for the guidance of a wise and loving Tato was at its greatest. One can only imagine the horrors they had to see and face. My grandfather has told me many times that his mother is a saint. If it were not for her wisdom and love for her children, they would not have survived through those bitter times. She buried the food that she could find and brought it out when it was needed. For this, she was beaten and abused, but she did not give in because the most important thing to her was to see her children survive. Nadika is our reminder of a history that must not be forgotten. That not only did my grandfather and his family endure this, but millions of others, grandfathers, mothers, daughters, brothers, and babies did as well. 10 million people were killed, a number unfathomable, even if you think in the terms of the destructions of entire cities, Toronto, Vancouver, and Montreal, all together, or 7 times the entire region of Peel, taken out in one shot. It is only comprehensible with each statistic is examined as a person, like my great-grandfather, taken away by the Soviets for standing up for his God-given right to provide for his family, and by owning 1 cow and a handful of chickens. Діду, я хочу тобі з глибини серця подякувати за твою відданість правді, за твою любов до життя, котру подарував тобі Бог через жертвені руки твоєї милої мами. Ти і баба є мої натхнення і мій приклад у житті. When we think back to the Holodomor, we are filled with thoughts that there must have been something that we could have changed or done if we were there. Within a block radius of Nadika, our fellow Torontonians also hoping that someone somewhere will notice their gnawing need, help fulfill their dream of just one decent meal, living forgotten on the streets. We are here right now. What are we doing? This past liturgical year was deemed the year of mercy by our Pope. Throughout this year, we were meant to be merciful, to be kind. Remembering the Holodomor, we can be motivated to do this. This monument will be our reminder for the future of the things that we must strive to change in our society. I bear no grudges against those who arrested and killed my great-grandfather, and then attempted to starve to death a young child who would later become my grandfather, placing on his young shoulders a physical and emotional burden no child should ever have to bear. The wounds inflicted on my great-grandparents and their descendants, on the millions of other survivors and their family members, cannot be healed through bitterness or malice towards the perpetrators of this tragedy. I do not yearn to compare Ukrainian suffering with that of any other religious or ethnic group or nation. I am, however, adamant that the truth about the Ukrainian Holodomor genocide and the myriad other black deeds of the Kremlin perpetrated then and now must be revealed to the light of day. A monument in the midst of our city will give us a chance to remember and an opportunity for others to learn of this tragedy. Хай вічна буде пам'ять загиблим Holodomorу. Дякую.
Thank you, Ms. Schturyn, for sharing these personal insights. You truly demonstrated the importance of memorializing the Holodomor.